Thankfully, both my parents are artists and open-minded people, so they always supported all my wild dreams of music, acting, singing, painting. So I always had that support from them. I believe that everything comes to you when you need it, the good and the bad. Our job is just to learn from these things when they come our way. I began singing in Latin bands when I was 13, when this 9th grade kid came up to me and said, "I heard you're a singer, do you want to join a band?" At that point I was new to the school and no one knew I sang because the only time I sang was at home to the Little Mermaid, so I don't know where he heard it from, but it was a sign from the universe. That afternoon I told my mom I wanted to be in a band and she drove me to the rehearsal. And that night I watched for the first time the Selena movie and I saw my whole future ahead of me. It was definitely the catalyst to my musical journey, which led me to having my own 10-piece Latin pop band by the time I was 19, gigging all around Australia. A manager from New York found me on MySpace and flew over to Australia to see me perform and signed me up to a 3-month campaign with Garnier and Univision Radio in New York City. But it was postponed for a year, so knowing that, I took advantage of it and went traveling and ended up living in Uruguay for a year, expanding my musical horizons and quenching that thirst for travel. A few months after landing in New York, I found myself without a job or money, without a manager, without family, without really knowing anyone, alone in the concrete jungle, and ended up living in a hostel, doing their laundry in exchange for a room and stealing bagels from the kitchen to eat. I made many mistakes and learned many lessons, but I was never afraid. That may have just been plain naivety, but I just always knew things would work out in the end. Although it was tough, it was an amazing time in my life. No regrets. And it was there that I ended up writing most of the songs that are now on my EP.